Like a lot of people, when the Red was announced, I was curious and excited at what I heard they were trying to do. It seemed like an uphill battle because nobody had been able to create a digital movie camera that sort of hit the wish list, at least that I had in my mind. When I started hearing that the cameras were being tested, when I heard about the Peter Jackson short, I started making calls to find out when I could get a look at one. So I saw the camera at the Directors Guild in Los Angeles. There was a screening of Peter Jackson's short, and they had a camera there, and I got to get my hands on it. And I saw immediately that, at least from a physical standpoint, this is what I've been looking for, something that I could literally wave around with one hand if I wanted to. What I wasn't prepared for was the image, which I really couldn't get over when I first saw it. I don't know how they did it. They certainly won't tell me. I don't know if they'll ever tell anyone, and I guess it doesn't matter. I've had a couple of friends say, well, I don't understand how they're getting all this information down per frame, and I said, what difference does it make? You know, it's magic. What do you want? It's a great time for me. I feel really lucky that not only was I around when this camera was developed, but that I was around at the right time to use it on these features. We were really fire testing them. We were shooting in Spain in incredibly hot weather in the bottom of a ravine. It was very dusty. It was a great test of the cameras to see how robust they were. One of the advantages of this system, I think, is the workflow, the sort of keeping everything within the editorial department. And the red alert system is perfect for me because you can really get the image almost exactly the way you want it ultimately right there. And I've ended up using that as a reference for anyone who has anything to do with the film as far as color timing. I've always taken them back to those original timings that I did with red alert. So I find that an incredibly useful tool. I think what's going to be fascinating is how directors and cinematographers really respond to the image that the camera makes. It doesn't look like anything I've ever seen. It has a quality that's totally its own, and I feel like I'm still learning about it. I'm still sort of finding out what it does and what it can do and what it can't do, but how it sees things, like how it sees light, is very complex, and that's the good news. I think there's going to be a continual process of discovery, and you're going to see people doing things with it and pushing it in the same way that they have with film for 100 years. They're going to make it do things that none of us thought it could do, even though already it can do a lot. That's the other aspect of Red, the accessibility financially of it to filmmakers that is not shared by any other digital movie system right now. So that's a big deal. For people who are, you know, in the world of creating digital imagery or imagery for films right now, this is a really exciting time. This is going to be a memorable period where the bar got lifted. People used to say, "Are you shooting 35?" I think in a couple of years, maybe sooner, people are going to be saying, "Well, does it look as good as the Red?"